Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is March 28th, and right now we're looking at the visible/infrared satellite imagery. You got the Hawaiian Islands to the bottom left. Here's the state of California, and out here you can see our next storm system on its way. But first things first, we do have a little bit of snow and some showers still falling across the region. We'll take a look at that, and we'll take a look at the extended forecast, as always, as we go through the video here today. And you can see where we are right now. This does not look like it is active precipitation. Might be some virga out there, but the precipitation here is up north, central and northern California. There is some snow flying for the higher terrain, and there is a chance for a thunderstorm or two today. I'll show you some of that here in a moment. FAA weather site here. So this is pretty cool. You can actually look at all this information. You can see airports across the region, and you can click on some of this stuff here, and you can see it is Sandberg. There's light snow falling. You can see the visibility is actually less than a quarter mile right now. Fog, that's vertical visibility. So fun stuff here. Aviation, fun. And then you can go down and see different temperatures around the region here as well. Looks like it's 56 degrees at LAX. Look, it's 60 degrees there at Las Vegas. Chillier as you go further north, of course, and across some of the higher terrain. Reno checking in at 42 degrees. There's the Bay Area, San Francisco at 54. And you can see those showers kind of moving around here, and mainly light precipitation for the most part. Over the last 24 hours, you can see the Shasta County convergence zone was ongoing yesterday. The only lightning strikes there across the state indeed. So yeah, fun stuff there. And if you want to help support that page here, go to my Patreon page. I'll leave that in the link down below. I plan to post any updates that I do between my daily videos on the Pacific Northwest and the California Weather Watch page. So check me out there if you like. And now taking a look here at the European Artificial Intelligence. So I'm going to update that. Yep, it's still 060. This is last night's run. This is the latest. You can see the precipitation ongoing here as we go through the day today. You can see the next storm system quickly approaching also. So this is about Saturday night right there. And then we go into Sunday morning a bit here, and you can see the precipitation arriving. Some of that could get all the way down towards Southern California. Heavier amounts, of course, Central, Northern California, Sierra Nevada, some of the higher terrain, some of the coastal areas as well. As you see this low pressure center right off the Oregon coastline there. And you can see the trough is going to hang out. We're going to keep precipitation going on into the early portion and probably on in through midweek before that system finally clears out of here. That's Wednesday night right there. And then we look to see what's going to happen after that. You can see a fairly deep low out over the Pacific Ocean that may actually help us warm up a little bit here through the extended forecast. We'll continue to watch that. But then that doesn't last too long. We continue to bring some troughing potential here towards the west coast of North America. We'll see how that goes. We're looking a little bit too far off into the future forecast there. But we do have some active weather as we go on into the early portion and the mid portion of next week. High surf advisory, 20 to 25 foot breakers. You can see Crescent City all the way down through Point Arena there. So watch out. Do not turn your back on the ocean. You guys know the drill. It gets people every single year. Don't be one of those people. Now taking a look here, high surf advisory goes all the way down through Monterey and Big Sur, 25, 30 feet, 15 to 20 for northern Monterey Bay. And of course, this goes through 11 p.m. Today, Friday. Snow levels, you can see 45 to 5,500 feet today, lowering to around 3,500 to 4,500 feet tonight. Look at Donner Peak, 4 to 6 inches. Watch out, travel delays, slick roads, some moderate impacts there. And that's I-80. Careful if you're going back and forth. That's a long stretch of some snowy roadway out there. And this goes all the way through Saturday morning here. Now, Los Angeles, California also has some of the high surf advisories going on. There's still some wind advisories out there right now, and you can see there's some beach hazard statements as well. Let's see what that one is for. So basically, we're just dealing with the rip currents, breaking waves due to elevated surf, 4 to 6 feet, local sets to 7. So this goes through Saturday morning. Now, taking a look at the national blended models, this is what we are expecting for temperatures, high temperatures today. If you look down to the bottom right there in the small text, 88 degrees, the maximum temperature out there, probably Death Valley, but there's some desert areas into the 80s here. But as we go through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you notice we stay kind of chillier than normal here as we go on into April 1st. You know, you're seeing some 50s out there, only mid-60s into some of the San Joaquin Valley. There's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe bouncing back in the temperatures a bit as we go towards next week. And depending again on what the troughing does off our coastline, is going to amplify and allow us to start to build another ridge and warm us up, or are we going to stay cooler than normal? Now, looking at 2 meter temperature anomaly for this time of year, if we scroll through here, this is the European model, the deterministic one. And you can see kind of a lot of the blues out here as we're going through this weekend. Many areas are going to be below normal. And you see if we scroll off in towards Monday and Tuesday there, look at that. I mean, clearly below normal across much of the southwest here, including Nevada and really all of California, as we have this troughing hanging out here across the region. And that lasts all the way on into the mid portion of the upcoming week. Now, taking a look at the next 60 hours, looks like as of this morning, there was still some of that Shasta County convergence zone ongoing. That should be coming to an end, and that's right about, it's about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm doing this briefing at about 8:15 or so. And yeah, there we go on to 9 o'clock, and you can see that kind of peeling away from the area there. But then we still have the chance as we go through the day today. This could produce a lightning strike or two as well here across some of the region. So yeah, and then we go on in through tonight. You can see the shower activity wane by the time we get towards tomorrow morning, but then we start to watch for the next round of precipitation with that storm system I was showing you there as we go on in through Sunday morning, spreading precipitation, maybe even down across some of Southern California here as well. Of course, the further north you go, you're going to get some of that heavier precipitation out of this system. Now, I also want to show you this one here. You got the Hawaiian Islands bottom left. There's California. What we're looking at here is about 850 millibars, or about 5,000 feet up in the atmosphere. You see the cyclonic rotation here with the low pressure off the Pacific Northwest. You got some ridging down to the south, almost like gears in a machine. And you can see the cooler than normal temperatures here in the blues and the greens, and the warmer than normal here in some of the reds. So as we scroll on in through, we'll watch Saturday's and Sunday's system roll in here. You can see it bring a bit of a warm air out in front of this mid-latitude cyclone there, and then you can see the troughing come here, and look at all the green and the blues and the purples here across the west coast. That is that troughing as we go on into the early portion of next week. And so you can again kind of see it here, the ridging to the south, the troughing here up across the Pacific Northwest, gears in a machine, that westerly cool flow pointed at California as we go on in through next week. And you can see how the trough hangs out all the way through Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon. Look at this, just cooler than normal conditions will be with us all the way through Wednesday night. Now, if we take a look at total precipitation in inches, this is last night's European model run. This is the latest, but some of the shower activity going through today. By the time we wrap up today, you can see the additional amounts we are expecting, and it is teasing out some across some of the higher terrain here of Southern California. And you, like I mentioned, it was snowing at Sandberg. So then we wait for the next system there, and you can see it bringing some precipitation amounts. It does try to tease out a little bit here across Los Angeles and San Diego. It's not a lot, but things will remain below normal here as we go through the mid portion of next week. Let's hope we can tease out a little bit more precipitation south than what is being shown right now. You can see some of the bigger amounts across central and northern California as well. And now total snow-to-share ratio. This is what we can expect as we go through tonight. I'm toggling back and forth here, so let's go through that one more time. And here we go on to Saturday morning. Largely done with the snowfall with the first round Saturday morning, but again, higher terrain. That includes I-80 and Donner Pass out there. And then we go on in towards Saturday, Sunday night into Monday morning. And you can see probably a better round of snowfall coming with this next storm system there. So yeah, very beneficial for the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada as we go towards the midweek period. And one quick look here at the Storm Prediction Center. Thunderstorm potential does include Redding in some portions of Northern California, but again, just a few strikes, not too big of a deal. And this is the day one. Let's check out day two to see what it says. And you see that activity move off to the east. Day three, then we get some just kind of clipping Northeast California. We'll look at that again here tomorrow. 6 to 10 day, check it out, below normal across a lot of the west coast there, and that should not be a surprise with what we just looked at, right? And they continue to show some of this above average. This was actually updated yesterday here, but I'm hoping this is correct. Some of these systems do have the potential to bring some rainfall all the way down through Southern California. Here's the 8 to 14 day, all the way through April 10th, scheduled to be below normal in some fashion here. And then got kind of a mixed bag as far as the precipitation is concerned across the state of California. This is also a really nice website, avalanche.org. And for example, if I click on Shasta, Mount Shasta Avalanche Center, and if I go in and take a look at that, you can see they talk about where the considerable avalanche danger is, the bottom line. They mention things. If you're out there hiking or snowboarding or skiing or snowmobiling or whatever you're doing out there camping, it's always good to check this stuff here just because so you kind of know what is going on. So yeah, avalanche.org. Yeah, and you can see over the last 90 days, we've collected a couple thousand subscribers, it looks like. So not too bad. Slow but steady. And yeah, thanks for everybody who signs up. And again, if you want to support me, you can do so either here on YouTube by clicking the join button down below, or you can go to the Patreon page, which is in the link down below as well. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.